Hello everyone, it's the Dutch Stormast and welcome to this brand new The Sims 4 speed build. So today I'm back in Solani, I'm back with a new tropical house. However, this time it's not underwater, but it's just on a regular lot, which means that we can use terrain tools, which is what I'm definitely doing in this speed build. And generally it just means that you've got the tropical vibe, but not all that water around you. Personally, I just really wanted to build something tropical again, but I didn't want to do something with the water because I felt like that sort of got like expectable. Maybe this is slightly expectable as well, because I mean it's still in Solani, it's still a tropical build, it's still got a lot of palm trees, which all my houses always have, but still it's also a little bit different. And honestly, I think this one turned out really cool. I wanted to try out something different by just making it sort of extreme when it comes to the architecture. It's sort of it's got a very interesting roof. You'll see me create the roof. I'm actually creating it already, as you can see on the screen, but I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. But this is really focused on outdoor living. It's got an outdoor kitchen, it's got an outdoor living room, it's just got 2 bedrooms inside and then 2 bathrooms, one of which is really inside and one of which is actually inside outside, because it's partly open. It's got a really cool bathtub, which is actually just in the full sunshine, which is really cool and honestly a dream of mine. That's really cool. I went to Bali once, and there they've actually got very many bathrooms which are actually outdoors, which is crazy because when you're showering you're just right under all the stars if it's at night, and if it's just in the daytime it's just beautiful because you've got the sunshine, and it's just really a lot of fun. Because often in cases of like really cool, you've got some very cheap villas there which look really cool, but for like Western standards, for what you're getting, are relatively cheap. And then you've got some really cool bathrooms with like plants all around, and some really cool like those bathtubs, exactly what you see on Instagram all the time. It's just actually affordable there, which is crazy. And of course, even on Bali you can actually make it really expensive by going to some of those resorts. But we just with a couple of friends rented something on Airbnb, and it was just affordable for us as young people, which was really cool. But anyways, that's sort of what this build was inspired by. Also, it's inspired by one of the episodes of Extraordinary Houses, and in case you don't know that series, it's just a really cool series on Netflix, where a British architect and like an actress which does something with, I guess she's just, I don't know who she is exactly, but I guess she's just got a lot of money and therefore invests quite a bit in architecture to like rent it out and stuff, and therefore she knows quite a little bit about it and maybe does some development. I honestly don't know, but that's what I assume. And maybe I've read it. If it's like exactly this story, then maybe I've read it, but if it's not, then it might actually be a fact that I'm just guessing. I'm not too sure what she does, but she's really funny, and in combination with him, with the architect, it's actually just a really fun couple to watch with the series. Anyways, Extraordinary Houses, it's a series where they just visit the world's most extraordinary houses, so that's kind of expectable, I guess. But it's really cool because they just go to some crazy places, and one of the houses they went to is in Norway, along like right outside of Oslo, but then in the middle of like some beautiful lakes. Just lakes. It wasn't fjords, but they went there with a boat. And the roof of that house was really cool because it was just pure concrete, but in a very irregular shape. Still sort of like it had the straight lines, sort of as you would expect with concrete and sort of modern architecture, but because of the color it fitted in very nicely with the rock which were around it. And generally it just looked really cool because it blended in so nicely with the environment, and generally the materials and everything was so cool. I believe later on I watched an Ellen DeGeneres with both of them on like her show, and I believe they then said that the house was even for like, I believe, the richest man of Norway. I'm not too sure if that's true, but at least the boat was really cool and the house was really cool. It was like one of his summer houses, so I can imagine it was quite a rich man. But just some really cool architecture, and that's actually what I tried to create here as well. However, this is tropical. Norway obviously isn't tropical, even though the water was quite blue around there, and that house was actually right near the water. But when it comes to like the roof and stuff, I feel like I've been inspired with it. I've not looked up a picture, but that is just that vibe of being sort of secluded and having a house which doesn't really look like a house and which has some weird shape and some natural materials. Yeah, that's sort of the way I've been inspired by that episode of that series. By the way, once I in the Netherlands, we've only got one episode uploaded, or online on or one season online on Netflix right now. But when I went to Marrakesh, actually I was able to see the second season as well, or at least it was available. I didn't have time there to watch it, obviously, but I downloaded like one episode. So I've seen, or two episodes. So I've seen two episodes already, but I believe it's 8 in total of the second season, but it's not available in the Netherlands. So if anyone's got a tip on how I can actually like see those other episodes as well, or if anyone knows when it will be available in the Netherlands, please let me know, because I really want to see that series because it's just a lot of fun. And it would definitely inspire me for like some more Sims builds as well, I guess. So yeah, sort of cool, I guess, to just let me know that, because I simply just want to know about that. Anyways, as you can see right now already, the roof is pretty crazy. I've also used some of those slates. They're called like that. I honestly don't know what it means, but they're like those vertical elements. I can just call them vertical elements, I guess. But normally you've got them in black and white, and like black-white combination, brownish, and red and yellow and brown combination, which are the regular ones, which can be placed anywhere. But you've also got them which can be placed along the wall, but with Move Objects on, you can actually place it anywhere except for near a wall, because then it will actually attached to the wall. Anyways, I found out about those like just while building this, and that made me first of all shocked about the fact that there were so many items which I didn't actually even know existed, even though they're super useful. And also these come with some cool color combinations, and I've had a lot of struggle with this house to get the color combinations right, and I've just gone for one of the combinations. But seriously, you could turn the entire house white with some beige tone wood and then some blue, and then you've got an entire different atmosphere than what we've got going with this house in this way. However, I still think it looks kind of neat. I went for black for the roof trims and stuff, just to sort of make it blend in. There's not that much black in nature, but still it felt like it would be able to sort of like become slightly invisible if you put many trees around it. Then just that same bright wood, which I mentioned in the other combination, which sort of fits well with that roof, because I really wanted to still use that tropical roof. So that what do you call it? I don't know what you call such a roof, but I wanted to have such a roof, but I didn't want to have like the sidings of it, because that makes it a lot less modern. But in this way, you've still got that modern touch, but still you've got that material which makes it traditional and fit in with nature and fit in with the environment. So I used slate with that color, sort of like a creme color, and then some green, simply because I tried it out and for some reason it looked cool. So I thought, why not? I'm just going to try it. And actually that looks sort of cool, I guess. But you can literally make it any color, but for some reason this just felt right, and at some point I had to just decide, okay, this is gonna be it, because otherwise I would have to like spend hours on this, only deciding the color of one of the elements, and there's never like the perfect solution for something like that. Here you see me just creating some garden elements, which makes it house just flow around its lot, which I thought was sort of cool, and which I actually do a lot recently. So maybe it's sort of getting old, but still it just felt nice. And adding that other roof part where you've just got one wall in the middle, and then that roof element also on this side, which we're working on right now, is meant for being sort of the cover for the outdoor kitchen. Because if I would live in a place like this where it's always hot and the weather is always great, then you just don't want to cook inside. How cool is it to just have your casual regular kitchen to be outdoors, especially when it's covered? Even if, as soon as it's hot enough, you can just go and cook there. Why don't we actually? You don't even need like a vacuum, or what do you call it? a fume hood. I mean, you've got a natural wind fume hood, but yeah, that's just really cool. So personally, if I really like this house. Personally, I would maybe, if I were to like design some kind of summer house or whatever, it would maybe be something like this, with like really focused on the outdoors and really focusing on making it blend in with nature. Nothing too, yeah, it is sort of a spectacular house, but it's not like massive and like palace-like, you know. It's sort of modest, even though it's crazy when it comes to materials, and it would be expensive because it's sort of complicated to build, I guess. But it's not crazy. It's not a house of which you securely say, okay, that's crazy expensive and like a huge palace. But yeah, maybe I underestimated. I don't know. And of course that infinity pool is just goals. In the end, I've got some really cool like video capture, whatever you call that, overview at the end of all my videos always. And it starts with the sunset, and it's just really cool. I shot those videos, those shots, and seriously, the sunsets in Sulani are so crazy beautiful. And also here, just building in sunset mode is really cool. I just tried it every now and then. However, personally, whenever I watch these kinds of videos, I always prefer the color or the lighting to just be daytime lighting. However, with this video, I've been trying out the sunset colors as well, because I mean, it's just really cool. But anyways, I'd also really like to see what you think of this house, so please let me know in the comments down below. Also, in case you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe to see more of my speed builds. And yeah, just leave a like if you enjoyed watching this video, and that would really be cool. And by the way, I've got an Instagram and a Twitter account as well, and I'm not super active there, but I do post every now and then. So in case you just want to see some behind the scenes every now and then, and just some random bits and pieces, then don't forget to check me out there. By the way, I've been thinking of maybe doing a face cam with my videos. I actually got that suggestion quite a couple of times recently. And I think that would maybe be a cool idea to make these videos slightly more personal, because I feel like I can imagine that like I underestimated, but obviously you don't really know me, because I mean, you don't know you can know what I look like, but I'm not like always in the video, and that makes it sort of hard to like, you know, really bond people to yourself or to the channel, I can imagine. So therefore I thought it would be maybe cool to, in like Let's Builds but also speed builds, to just put like a little, you know, face cam thingy, not too massive so that you don't see anything of the video anymore. But that's something I had in mind. But let me know what your thoughts of it are. I think I'm definitely going to try it out, but yeah, it's just, you know, I've got to figure out how I'm going to record it, and then I sort of want a nice background, and with lighting, I want the lighting to be good, but the place I'm recording, the lighting isn't actually that good. So those are just some struggles which I've got to figure out, but it's something I've been thinking about, which I can imagine might actually add to, like, you know, these videos, make them a little bit more fun, even though they're a lot of fun already, of course. Yeah, that's just some of my thinking. By the way, this place is which I was currently building with the bar is seriously, I just mentioned goals. Well, that is truly ultimate goals. I mean, look at that bar, and that's just so cool. You know, you've got some really cool views over the waterfalls. It's just, I can imagine just being there with some friends, and I can imagine that you've got like the best hangout house for, you know, having parties and stuff. With this house, but still also relaxing whenever there's like no one around and just being on yourself. By the way, this is that bathtub I talked about, and I mean, for that kind of stuff, this house is also really perfect, because I mean, how cool is it to have a bathtub outside? Okay, I'm not going to mention it again, because otherwise I'm just too much into that, but I mean, it's just really cool. By the way, you can download this house, or just, yeah, download it. You can put it in your own game via the gallery. You've got to look for Origin ID Dutch Sims Master, and then there you'll be able to figure out yeah, you'll be able to see all my houses, but obviously this one as well. I still have to figure out what to call this house actually. I should have come up with that before recording this. I've actually managed to do the intro without mentioning the house name or without making it awkward, that I haven't got a name yet. Now I am actually confessing that I don't have a name for this house yet, but yeah, that's just always hard, and I think I personally just sort of underestimate the importance of a house name, or actually just the name of the house, because that also decides the name of the video, and I can imagine that that is sort of important. Having a good name for your house and for the video. So yeah, but I'm just going to think about that after recording this. By the way, I mentioned series in the beginning of this video, so talking about extraordinary houses, and I've recently been into the latest season of La Casa de Papel as well, and I'm really into Suits. But if you've got any suggestions for new series I should watch, or just generally series I should watch, please let me know. Because I'm always up for some series. Please don't put spoilers in these comments, because I know people hate that. Okay, maybe I just shouldn't mention this. Okay, I'll just come up with a different topic, because maybe people will just put spoilers in the comments. Seriously, people don't do it. You just spoil everything, and that sucks. But this is just the master bedroom. Pretty spacious, ensuite bathroom, obviously, and then it's right outside the living room, which it has the stairs up, and then you get to the patio with the beautiful infinity pool. Have I sold the house yet? I guess. It's sort of. I watched I quickly went through some episodes of Selling Sunset. Initially, I thought it was some kind of series about real estate, and mainly it is about real estate, but I thought it was mainly about the architecture and talking about a house and having one house at a time per episode, and then just going right into that house. But then it turned out that actually it's sort of like a drama reality show, which I didn't really enjoy, because it's full of bitch fights and stuff. But there's some really cool houses in there, so every now and then I skip through one of those episodes just to find out more about it. And one of those houses, there's some crazy houses in that series. Seriously, the prices are first of all crazy, but also one of the Sauda houses, which is a South African architecture firm, which I really like, because first of all, they just create really cool houses. They create them all around the world. They're super luxurious, and they created one, or were at the point of recording that series, I believe, creating a house in LA with beautiful mega 150 feet infinity pool. I don't know how many meters that is, probably 50 meters, crazy big, and a slide up television, and a huge rooftop deck with a total costing 40 million. Crazy. But I just wanted to say that was sort of a disappointment, the fact that series wasn't only about the architecture, but there was just so much drama around it, which I didn't actually enjoy. I always think reality shows are such a weird concept, or just a weird genre. I don't really get it. But anyways, we've come to the end of this speedwheel already, so please let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. Don't forget to check it out on the gallery. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, like this video, and then I hope to see you back in another video very soon. Goodbye.